Hi, this is Chuck Kuntz. I'm the instructor for this course, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to use a spreadsheet. Now, this may seem a little odd given the fact that this is a relational database course. It may seem odd that I'm going to start using a spreadsheet, but there are some similarities between spreadsheets and relational databases, and spreadsheets much simpler program to work with. And what I want to do is solve a problem with a simple tool, a spreadsheet, and then as we proceed with the rest of the coursework using a relational database, I may want to talk about what we're doing with the relational database and go back and reflect on what we did with a spreadsheet, so that we look at which program is most appropriate for the problem being solved. So we'll start out with a discussion of spreadsheets tonight, and I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I've already created. So if you'll bear with me here just a second, I need to navigate through the file system and find the spreadsheet file that I've already created. And here we go. And if I open this with a double click, you'll see that the software presents itself in the form of a grid where I have rows that are labeled with numeric values down the left edge of the screen. I have columns that are labeled with alphabetic characters across the top edge of the screen. And beyond that, I have the data and the computational expressions that I've put in myself that allow me to solve the problem. So a little bit about the problem being solved. I'm using this spreadsheet to keep track of student grades. And I chose this problem intentionally because, number one, it's something that should be very familiar with you. Number two, it allows me to demonstrate many of the features of a spreadsheet program without necessarily delving into a problem that's incredibly hard to understand. So let's take a look at the construction of things. Across row one, I've put in column headings just to make it easier to interpret what's going on with the spreadsheet. I have typed in student names. I have typed in the data that represents grades that they've received throughout the course of the semester. Now, this column right here is a little bit unique in the fact that I didn't actually type those scores in. I had the spreadsheet compute them, and I had it compute them based upon the difference between this value, which is the average of all these scores added up, and my ideal average, which I would think would be around 75%. So the long and the short of it is I'm having the spreadsheet program make an adjustment to the score, and I'm keeping track of the original actual raw score, and then I'm also having it put in a new column with computed values. And then later on, when I go to perform a calculation to calculate the final weighted average for the student, I will use the adjusted test 1 score along with test 2, test 3, along with all the project and quiz scores in performing that calculation. So we see that in some areas I insert the data in, like the names and the scores. Other areas I put in computational expressions, and we'll find out that there's two varieties of computational expressions. We have the expressions that we create completely ourselves, known as formulas, and then for routine type of calculations, for instance, finding an average would be an example of a routine calculation that many spreadsheet users have need for. Many of the routine calculations are provided by built-in functions or expressions that are built right into the spreadsheet program that are extremely easy to use, that are very reliable and very well documented. Okay, so I have computed a value here with a formula, and I have assigned a letter grade by inserting a function that looks at this formula, and then I also have the spreadsheet program tell me whether the person is passing or failing by, again, looking at this calculated value. So we're going to pretend that this is a graduate course, and that even if you get a passing, what would normally be a passing grade, a D, for instance, that may not actually be a passing grade in a graduate course. It may require that you get a C or above. And so I can have the spreadsheet program determine the grade. I can also have it make a decision a different way and determine whether the student is passing or failing. All right, so that's a quick overview of a spreadsheet that I have previously created. And now what I want to do is go ahead and create this spreadsheet step by step so you can see how it's done. And I'm going to cheat here just a little bit. I'm going to highlight the names of the students because I really don't want to have to type that in again. And I'm going to do a Control-C, which is the Windows command that will allow me to copy the highlighted text. And then at this point, I'm going to close without saving. Now it's asking me if I should save because it thinks I've made some changes, some significant changes to the spreadsheet, and I'm just going to tell it don't save. And so I'm going to stop the video now, and when I resume, I will start creating a spreadsheet, the spreadsheet that you see. I'll start creating the spreadsheet from scratch.